Helen is a really neat kid. She likes hanging out with her sister, being outside and playing, swimming, horseback riding, all those things. Yeah. She's like a little bundle of energy in measured spurts. We had some time between learning that Helen might have Down syndrome and her being born. In the hospital and immediately coming home, we were kind of living minute to minute and hour to hour, and it was kind of chaos. You can't remember it all because you're just doing too much. So yeah, I kept track of everything in notebooks. So between that, it was at least 3 days a week of visits, and then add in phone calls and all that coordinating. The most frustrating thing is being pulled in so many directions and being overwhelmed and not knowing how to navigate. Essentially, I felt like I was being their brain until coordinated service planning. So the workers who are starting to work with you need to find out about your family. So it was more about what we had as goals, and then how do they support. And then we could walk away saying, okay, we know what's happening, there's a clear goal, a clear message of what has to happen, who's doing what, and a date that's going to be done by. So her big sister goes to Camp Wanapitei. Helen decided she really wanted to go on a canoe trip with them and stay overnight. This is like a huge goal. I mean, the camp gulped and said, okay, this is your goal, we'll go for it. To do this, you need to be out of diapers, out of pull-ups, you need to be able to brush your hair, brush your teeth. She's like, okay, mommy.
So coordinated service planning is a person to help coordinate the services that might be available in your community to provide the service you're needing for your child. We started with the family, and they had goals, and they told us about Helen. And then we went around the table, and people told us their part of the goals and how they could interact with the family's goals and support them. There's absolutely no one that couldn't sit around a SPOC meeting. We see now services working together. We see programs thinking outside the box about how they can work together. Eventually, we should have a stream of information that follows the child. Then for the service providers, it's not a high repetition of that same information.
So she had her SPOC, everybody heard. 6 weeks later, she was out of diapers. Everybody is absolutely invested in this moment, and they all care. Like, this is exactly what we need. So if I wasn't being supported, I don't know how I wouldn't have broken down. Without it, it would be a mess. It gives her the confidence to move forward. She's taking the lead in her own life, and it's just perfect.
We need to always look holistic about a child and what their needs are. If we make families the driving force behind the work we do, it is going to have a huge impact on service.